everyone, I am Vaishnavi from class 7th and today we are going to start the improper and proper fraction as I told you in the previous class, and also we are going to learn the operations in this session also. Okay, so it might go the long session, so I would only contain the proper and improper fraction in today's session. And after this session, I will upload one more video which would be on the basis of the operations of these fractions. But the operations that I will consider in the next video, I will tell you at the last of this session. Okay, so please be concentrated on this session now. So let's get started towards the session of today. So here we have the types of fractions. In the previous video, we have learned that what was fraction, what is a part of a whole, numerator, denominator, etc., etc. And also one important thing we know that their denominator could not be ever zero. Okay, so I wouldn't repeat the last session's things. So let's get started with our today's session. Yes. So in today's session we will learn the types of fractions. In the types of fractions, we will learn its meaning, we will learn its examples, we will learn with example of pizzas again. Now you might be like mumbling with the hunger of your stomach, and also you might be feeling very hungry. So you could take your popcorn and your cold drink with you and start with the today's session with the proper and improper fraction. So let's start with the first type of fraction, which is known as the proper fraction. In the proper fraction, when a numerator is less than a denominator, it shows the part of whole. Now, I wouldn't read because you don't understand while reading. Let me example you. So, when a numerator is less than a denominator, what does this sentence mean? For example, if we have numerator is presented as n and the denominator is presented as d. Okay, so when the numerator is less than numerator less than denominator, and denominator is bigger than numerator, then it shows a part of a whole. Okay, then it shows the part of a whole, means this is the whole now. So this one was whole and this one was the numerator, the remaining fraction, etc., etc. Let's go with an example of 1 by 2. If I have 1 by 2, it means a thing is divided into two parts. For example, I have a triangle which is divided into two parts, and then this triangle is showing us one part shaded. Let's shade one part now, and also it's showing one part non-shaded. So what we see in this example is the whole parts over here are the denominator is bigger than the number of numerator. Yes, so the denominator, when the number is bigger, then it is known as a proper fraction. Okay, if you understand with this pizza, so over here we see that the pizza is divided into four equal parts, and these four equal parts, one part is being eaten, and in this one eaten part we have different types of things which we can see, which is 1, 2 and 3, means three parts are non-eaten. We can see three parts are left and there were four equal parts. If the number would be same 4 by 4, so it would represent one whole pizza. Remember, when 4 by 4 the denominators and the numerators are same, the answer would be always 1. Okay, for example, if I take what should I take? I have taken all the examples in the previous classes also, but it's okay if we take an example of a line and it has 10 parts, and all over the 10 parts they all are being cut in. Okay, none of the parts are left. So how would be it represented if we ask a question that how many parts are being shaded from the whole parts? So it would be 10 by 10, and what would be the answer? It would be 1. We can say it 1. Okay, now let me clear the screen now for you. So what we understand in the proper fraction, when we have the numerator, let me write a sentence over here, when we have the numerator less than the denominator, and its opposite is following the improper fraction. Let me take another color of my pen. Yes, in the improper fraction we learn that when the numerator is more than denominator, This is the equation that I'm trying to tell you. When is the numerator is bigger than the denominator, it represents the mixture of whole and proper fraction. When a proper fraction is there, we can see that one part is being eaten, but one more pizza is there because there would be seven parts: one, two, three, four, five, six, and seven. So seven parts are there, and from which one part is eaten. We can say seven parts are there on a proper fraction, but the parts they were divided was four. So that is how we represent the improper fraction. For example, over here, let's take this pizza example only. It's more clear with it. So when one part is being eaten, let's just cross this example. Okay, and when we have only this pizza, what should be like, what is being represented is in this pizza? We see that one piece of a pizza is eaten by by someone, and only three pieces are left. So the remaining pieces are 3/4. But when we take this pizza to over here, so what will happen? These are four pieces, yes, and these are three pieces. How to add them? 3 plus 4, we can say 7. And how many pieces were they divided? They were divided into 4 pieces. And how many pieces were eaten from them? So if we take the total from here, it was 8/4. If none of the pieces were eaten. Yes, so it would be 8/4. What is represented over here? The two pizzas are there, and we have like four equal parts. They were divided into four parts. Yes, so that's how we represent 8/4, and one piece is taken from them. Then it is an, we can say, 7/4. And when, if we say, like, if we take any number, for example, if we take 27/10, what would be the answer? I'm not, I'm not telling you to simplify it. I'm telling that how would it be represented. Let me take 12 over here. Okay, if we will divide it with 10, it would be like, the answer would, we just, yes. So over here I wanted to tell you that, let me take over here 13. Okay, so sorry for the inconvenience. When a number is actually when the denominator is lesser than the numerator, then it is only called an improper fraction. Nothing is here to explain you. Yes, so the thing that I am trying to tell you is, in the proper fraction, when a proper fraction is there in the front of us, the numerator is more than denominator. In any number you see, if you see 10/11, if you see 5/12, if you see, like, if you see any number, yeah, there are a lot of numbers. If you actually see 1/infinity, so over here we can see that the numerator is smaller than the denominator. Yes. So like that only we have, in the first we have numerator smaller than denominator, and in the second we have numerator bigger than denominator. This is the concept. You can take the screenshot of this type of fraction, and yes, you can learn these notes which are making this, like, PDF is being sent by my teacher, my maths teacher, and then you can just learn this. My mom has also sent me to learn these things, so you can also learn from this. You can take screenshots. Bye bye. Yes, so, like, bye bye, I'm not saying to buy you right now. I'm saying to, like, all right, you can take the screenshots from now. So types of fractions, hope it is clear to you. Now we have to recap that what we have learned in today's session. Before that, just see the next, like, slide. You can take the, oops, yeah, we will learn the mixed fractions, and let's learn these things also in this part. As we have studied the types of fractions, these two fractions we have actually discussed. Let's discuss now the mixed fraction. For example, if we take, let me take the another color first, then we will take the example. First, we have to take the mixed fraction. Yes, in the mixed fraction, we see the improper fraction can be written in the mixed form or in the mixed form of the whole number and a fraction. Yes, so over here, when the upper number in the improper fraction, it was 7 by 4, and the mixed form of it will be 1, 3 by 4. How I have done it? I have divided 7 by 4. So what will be the answer? Let me just write it. 4 ones are 4, and then we have the answer 3. So the properly when we write it is as QRD. Now this QRD is not question remain. We can say question reminder, and the we can say the divisions. Yes, so it is actually question remainder. Remainder actually. I was also confused in remainder. Yes, so this actually equation is very important to place and numbers in the mixed fraction. So this is QRD. This is the formula. Let me write over here. QR divided by D. Over here it is representing that these two numbers means Q and D are multiplied with each other and these are added with each other. So when we actually write these for 1 by we write these things, these three numbers into form. So what will be the answer? It will be 1 3 by 4. In this 1 3 by 4 we see that this number is multiplied, 4 ones are 4, and this number is added to it. 4 plus 3 is 7. That only I wanted to explain you that we can say the improper fraction when is divided or when it is shortened down, it can be shortened down. So it can be sometimes shortened down, but over here we see that when it cannot be shortened down, it is converted into the mixed fraction, and that mixed fraction is coming from an improper fraction. Improper fraction represents the mixture of whole numbers and a fraction. Hope that is clear to you. Let's now discuss that what is like fraction. So the fractions with the same denominator are like fractions. That is pretty same if we take three examples or if we take three pizzas in our home. Now there's a big party on your home of a birthday party and you have ordered three pizzas at your home. Yes, but in those pizzas you have cutted them into six equal parts. All the three pizzas you have cut it into six equal parts. So you can just multiply 6 threes are, so all the total pieces would be counted. How many would be there? They would be 18 pieces. Yes, 6 threes are 18. But we are not asking over here the total numbers, but we are asking that how is the like fraction, like what is like fraction. Yes, so if you have ordered like three pizzas and we have cut them into the equal, means we can say the same denominator is there with them. If we have cut it into equal parts, and equal in the sense that all the numbers, all the pieces, like the number of pieces would be same in the denominator, that is only known as the like fraction. Numerator doesn't matter over here, denominator in the like fraction matters. Okay, so denominator in the like fraction should be equal, then it is only called as the like fraction. Okay, so the hint for this is when the we can say the denominator are same, then the numbers are known as the like fraction. Okay, I'm not writing. Pen is not working clearly. So let's move on. Unlike fractions. Now the opposite of a like fraction is known as unlike fractions, and now you have to like sharp your mind to just hear it. The fraction with different denominators are unlike fractions. So this is pretty easy. For example, you again order three pizzas, like you order the same pizzas again because those pizzas were finished and more guests were like ordering more pizzas. So you will order a pizza, means you order three pizzas and you cut them into different parts because some guests are actually gone from the party and we are also hungry, the introducers are also hungry, so they need some larger pieces too. So in the first part we have divided into two equal parts. For example, Over here we have a pizza and then we have divided into two equal parts. Now what happens over here is that this pizza is having two pieces. The numerator again doesn't matter. Okay, so over here let's focus at denominator. We have divided this pizza into two parts. We have divided the second pizza into four parts, and in the third pizza we have divided into six parts. So the third pizza should be gone on to the neighbor's house because they didn't come in our party. So we have to give them six pieces. Yes, there is only one pizza, but we have just cut it. We are clever. We are cutting them into six pieces so that it looks like there are much more pieces. Okay, some cleverness also is there in the like factories, but the good people give four pieces. And I'm not saying like I'm not pointing anyone over there. So there over here we can see this is six pieces, this is four pieces, and this is the of two pieces. So over here we can see the denominators are different from each other. That is why they are known as the unlike fractions. Hope that is also clear to you. And now we are going to study that what are equivalent fractions. For example, if you have just yes, I wanted to tell you about the 2, 4 and 6. Over here we can see 2, 4 and 6. What is adding to them or adding to them? It is 2 plus 2, 4 plus 2. So 2 is adding on them. Yes, and if we will divide 6 by 2, what will come? 3 will come. Yes, in the same way, what is happening over here? Let's take this example of unlike fractions. When the fractions are proportional to each other are called equivalent fractions. It represents the same amount with different fractions. Okay, so if you have an example of this question, so what will happen over here? 1 by 2 if multiplied by 2 would be 2 by 4. And if 2 by 4 multiplied by 2 will be, sorry, this numerator doesn't matter again. Over here, let's discuss the downer parts now. So 4 into 2 would be, sorry, 4 plus 2. Oh, sorry, I am actually like confused over here. If you would take over here 8, and this, let's take, yes, so 1 by 2 into 2 would be 2 by 4. 2 by 4 into 2 would be 4 by 8. And if we will reduce 4 by 8 into its like means its simpler form, it would be 1 by 2 again. So what is this fraction representing? It is actually representing the equivalent fractions. Means the fractions are equivalent when they are simplified or when they are multiplied. Okay, and so as we have completed this, like what are the types of fractions, so we have some questions that we will discuss in the other class. And yes, for today this much is only there in our session. Hope this thing is clear. Let's recap that what we have learned today. Today we have learned that what is proper fraction. When we see this number, we can take the like screenshot of it. Improper fraction we have discussed. When in the proper fraction, we have discussed when the numerator is smaller than denominator. In the improper fraction, we have discussed when the denominator is is smaller than the numerator. Okay. 1 minute. Just, yes. So in the mixed fraction, we have discussed that the improper fraction. The improper fraction can be written in mixed form as it is the mix of the whole number and a fraction. In the like fraction we discussed when the denominators are same, the fractions are known as the like fractions. In unlike fractions, the opposite of like fractions, we have discussed that the fractions with different denominators are unlike fractions. In the equivalent fractions, when the when the fractions proportional to each other are called the equivalent fraction, and it represents the same amount of the different fractions. Okay, so in today's session we have discussed these all things itself, and in the next session we will learn actually we will discuss about some like we will recap the whole thing, and also we will discuss the questions that are given in this lower periods. So for today this much is only there for today's session. So thank you, and actually stay safe and stay home, and happy International Yoga Day to you all. Thank you. Bye.